Good morning. How are you today? It's a gorgeous day here in Virginia, and it's the retreat from the dystopic government that surrounds us. If you ever wanted to know what pure power looks like that does not represent what the people want according to the polls, we have it on several levels in America now. We have it with the nomination to the Supreme Court to replace Ruth Bader Ginsburg. We have it with the pandemic, and we have the abiding revelations about the crimes of Trump before and in office. First up, we are looking at the confirmation hearings of a person not yet identified, nor having had a background investigation by the FBI that may or may not be a serious one. And senators during an election year trying to handicap the pressure from the White House and from Mitch McConnell as compared to what their voters would do. The first example I can think of is Cory Gardner, and I suppose it's a good thing if he loses his office, but at the price of having an inferior justice join the court who is so craven herself that she would come forward and accept a nomination in this political context. But that's where we stand there. And the Democrats plaintively ask that the Republicans do the right thing when there are so many data points that we know that's impossible to happen. They are cowardly and they are wrong, and the Republican Party will not generate itself again until it can get rid of these people. And I mean Collin and Murkowski and all of them. So that's the Supreme Court lay of the land. What should the Democrats be doing about that? They should be fighting like mad. And they should be using their power in the other chamber to put pressure. The asymmetric response to, if you will, political terrorism. Next up is the question of the pandemic. If you were to put on night goggles in a room, you could see things that you couldn't in the dark. Similarly, if you have a person who is asymptomatic, when you test them, that's like your goggles, and you see something that tells you about the spread of the disease and puts you in a position to protect against it. But don't put on those goggles, and your numbers go down as to the concerns about infections, but you fly blind as to how you fight the pandemic. That's what's happening in America. The numbers are dictating policy to conceal the reality that we are in danger. Third up, of course, is the question of the corruption of this administration. We have a member of the special counsel's office who belatedly tells us the thing was fixed from the beginning, and he didn't choose to say anything about it until he wrote a book. I have a lot of respect for him, but shouldn't that have been disclosed back when he left office in the special counsel's office? I think so. We also have the question of the tax question in New York, in which the DA Vance has found that there are tax violations. Why doesn't that justify the issuance of the subpoena now? Is the Second Circuit affected? By the way, whatever happened to my former office, the Southern District, with its case involving Giuliani? Nothing. Is Barr's thumb that heavy and that strong that it could suppress my old office? Also, we have the question of the upcoming sentencing or not of Flynn. What will the district court do? So, America is in turmoil politically and in terms of health and the future of America. We have to be the people who save the republic. We do it by shouting out about what's wrong, because not all politicians do. We have to vote, and we have to encourage those we think that will vote for Biden and the team that can restore the republic. We have to get them to vote. And otherwise, you got to get out and enjoy some of this fresh air. Bye-bye.